Hey guys, I did the 72-hour Fiverr Peter Mckinnon Film Challenge. I shot here in my apartment, just me and my camera. It allowed people to have teams, but I didn't have anyone, so I just decided I would film it myself. And I just want to tell you guys a quick story of like how I accomplished that in the allotted time that I had to do it in. So first things first, I saw Peter's video Friday night and I was still working, so I had to still finish my work. I usually finish around 6:30, 7 o'clock. A random weekend to have a film competition. I know it was Father's Day on Sunday, but I don't have a dad, so I was like, well, I have the time, so let me just do it. And so Friday night, I was like, okay, I need to come up with a concept. And I was racking my brain about like, what can I write about? But also, I think the challenge for me was like, what kind of story can I come up with, but also do by myself? I'm sitting there, I'm thinking, and I was like, oh, I have it. Let's do a video on social media. But in my story, it's going to be how, for anyone else out there on YouTube or on Instagram or any social media, like we all want views and recognition and just people liking your videos. So my concept, I thought that I would do an alternate universe where not only is that important, but it's your lifeline. And in my story, basically, if your rating reaches below 0, then you die. I wrote the story out just in a notebook. I was like, okay, so like this is my concept. Now, like, how am I going to do this? How am I going to set up, you know, the character development and the shots and this and that. And so I just got out actually I should get my notebook. This is my little audio recorder. It's a little Sony one. Why am I holding it like that? Weird. Here it is. Actually pretty handy. I bought this on Amazon. It was like super cheap. Definitely recommend it. Honestly, it works. I don't know. It's not like, I don't know. I like it. Anyways, so like I was saying, the first thing I did was try to map out the story and the shots. I didn't write a full script because there was just no time. It was already Friday night and I only had Saturday and Sunday left. So here it is. I pretty much just storyboarded the shots on here. And then in my story, like obviously like has like this social media like world that's important. So I'm like, I can't use like a social media that we have nowadays. So I had to make up my own. I had to design it, create that. And so I did that here. I kind of just drew out like what it would look like. I put the colors were green and pink. Once I had that mapped out, Friday night, I was like, okay, I need to create and design like all the little social media screens so I can put them on my phone. So I spent all night, Friday night, designing, creating all of those in After Effects, exported them, uploaded them to my phone so that the next day I could use it and like have it on my screen and film it. The next tricky thing was filming. Obviously it's harder when I'm just by myself. First of all, let me clarify, I am not an actor. I don't act. I am purely behind the camera. Recently, I've been doing some YouTube videos of interviews with people. And if you guys haven't seen it, check it out. It's Stay Creative. We're almost at the end of season 1. Anyways, I threw all that out of my head because I was like, I want to create something. I want to do a fun project. This is a great challenge. Like I always say I'm a filmmaker, but like I got to make some films. So the challenge. Okay, so pretty much I only shot on an A7S. It was difficult to like, I wanted to create shots that were still interesting and unique and had some sort of movement. So if I wasn't moving the camera, like I was physically moving on screen so that they weren't like stagnant and boring. And then also I did some things in post where I just like pushed in on a shot or pulled out or just like little tweaks here and there, very subtle. So that again, like I just didn't want my shots to be boring. The lighting was a bit difficult, but I already knew in my head, I was like, okay, I'm going to utilize my windows in my apartment. Also, I filmed like all this in my apartment with the exception of like one shot. The morning of, I woke up early. I got up at like 6 or 7 a.m. and I started setting things up. I used the window light cascading in. I use 2 little small LED lights for most of the day. The great thing about those is that you can actually change the color temperature on them, which is nice. So it's not, I could have daylight, matching the daylight that's outside throughout the day. So also I had to be very wary of like the time changing and like how fast I was filming something, and like the next scene, like if the light, like the light outside changed, it changed in here, and I just had to adapt to that. I set up the lights for the shots, set up the camera, and most of the time it was me hitting record and then running in front of the camera and then trying to act, which I don't act. I am going to show the film. I wanted to put this video out there first, so kind of give you like a little insight behind the scenes, like the challenges of creating a film in 72 hours by yourself with very minimal equipment. The acting was especially challenging. I don't know why I added a cry scene in this film, but I did, and I literally was like, how am I going to cry on camera? Like, I don't even cry in real life, really, like it's rare. And so I was like, oh, what makes me sad? Like, what can I do? I ended up watching like sad puppy videos because I love dogs. I don't know, whatever works. Like, I mean, I'm no actor. I can't give acting advice, but like, to me, I'm like, I couldn't tap into anything else. I'm like, well, what do I love? And like, if something happened to a dog, like I would be real sad. So after I was done filming everything, I had to edit, obviously I had to edit everything. And according to like the rules of the competition, like I couldn't use like outside sound or music. One of the many things that happened yesterday, the day before, or like Saturday when I was filming, was like, I didn't realize that my sound was bad. Like it was bad. For some reason, I didn't use my little Sony recorder. I was like, oh, I'll film it on like the Rode mic. It's fine. And I attached a Rode mic to like my camera and I was recording. And then like I went back the whole day. Like I filmed the whole day and then I was done. And then as I was listening, I was like, oh my God, this is awful. Like, what am I going to do with this? And I don't necessarily know how to edit sound or mixing. Was Googling like, how do I get this out of here? How do I fix this? I mean, I was able to do something to make it sound better. Literally was just throwing on things from the audio folder of like audio effects. I'm like throwing it on the clip, like, please do something, please fix this. Something worked. I don't know. There's like 10 things attached to like the audio clip, but it worked, and I think it came out pretty cool. And I spent all Saturday night editing, and I also had like visual effects. Well, I also had like on-screen graphics. They weren't like insane like effects or anything, but any kind of animation or graphics is going to take time. So I stayed up until like 5 in the morning Sunday. And then Sunday I went to submit my film. I think it was like 5:15, 5:20. I was like, hey, I'm ready. And I'm like, I've watched it a million times and now I'm going to hit upload. Yes, I did it. And I go to the website and it's broken. Well, at first it said submissions have passed. Like you missed it. And I was like, no, like I had spent like all weekend working on this. And I was like, but no, I just want to submit it. And like, I was so upset. And I was like, this can't be right. It's 5 in the morning Sunday. Like it said I had until 11:59 on Sunday to submit this. I go back to like Peter McKinnon's YouTube channel. I was like, okay, maybe I'm missing something. And then I go and I read like the comment section and like everybody's having this problem. So I'm like, oh, okay, well like maybe like it's just an issue that needs to be fixed with the website. Luckily, somebody from Fiverr or whoever like hosted the website went and fixed it, and then I was able to submit my project, and I was very, very happy. And then I took a nap from like 5 a.m. to 10 a.m. I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. I just want to talk about my crazy story of filming a short film in 72 hours. And I had never entered a film competition before. I'd never even, I went to film school. I've been making films. I write stuff. Like I work in like filmmaking right now, but like this is something that I did by myself for myself, and I don't think it's gonna win anything. I don't think it's gonna get any awards or whatever, but like honestly, it was just really fun to do and really rewarding to just create. Like I feel good. I feel good about it. Like I feel good that I made something and I completed it. And that for me has been like a huge challenge just in general of like making something from like beginning all the way to the end. A lot of times I like doubt myself while I'm making projects. I'm like, oh no, I'll scrap it, or I'll work on this later, or I'll try to improve it in some way. And then like, you know, a year later, I'm like, oh yeah, I never finished. So it felt good. It felt good to like finish something. And yeah, I'm gonna post the short after this video, and I hope you guys like it. If you don't, I mean, I don't care that much because like it's done. I had fun and it was just rewarding in a way that like I got to make something. So thanks Peter McKinnon and thanks Fiverr for having this contest. I guess that's it. I will see you guys later. Again, if you haven't checked out it already, check out my Stay Creative series. It is here on this channel. Like, subscribe, follow me on Instagram, Tiffanyrose Dancel. That's it. All right, bye.